Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not worried right now. Let me just say this. I won't worry at this moment about November, but you put in your motion that you were going to get October paid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Hello, what's your name?
Liana Jones.
Okay, you need to take your hands out of your pockets if you would. Thank you. All right. Is this your motion to set aside?
Yes.
All right. What's your basis on setting that aside?
I'm sorry.
Pardon?
I didn't hear you.
What's the basis of what you want the judgment set aside?
Oh, because I had missed the first court date because the lady, I had made a payment for September and she told me don't come to the court date if I had made.
She who told you
The
that?
lady in the office at Arbor One Apartment.
Okay. Let me ask this. What's her current balance?
Current balance $2,464.94. Your Honor, the motion states that she's going to pay her balance by October 31st, which she has not done.
No, I wasn't able to. My car had broke down again, but I can make a payment of $900 that's on the judgment on Monday. That's most.
Okay, so here's the problem. The problem is that the judgment was from October. You don't have October paid, and now I've got November.
Yes, and I have started an application with I don't know what the program is called for them to help me pay my rent.
Hawk?
Yes.
You got an application with Hawk?
Well, I got an appointment on Monday.
Young lady, did you have an appointment with Hawk or no?
I have an appointment on Monday. I had talked to them already, but then I had to get
You have an appointment this Monday?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I get a confirmation of that? Amy, do you know?
She has an appointment coming up on the 18th.
You don't have an appointment till the 18th.
That's not.
Well, that's not this Monday, but it's next Monday. But in the interim, how much has she paid since October 11th, Ms. Luckoff?
Give me 1 second, Your Honor. The last payment made was October 1st. Nothing has been paid since October 1st.
I asked for
a basis to set aside the judgment at this point. She's not presented a meritorious defense. If we give her the credit for what she's saying, why she didn't come to court the first time.
Right, but I was a bit confused because she said she paid $800.
No, I paid because the first time this was ever brought out was from September, and I paid September's rent, and she told me do not come to the court date because I made a payment. Then it dragged over into October.
Your Honor,
the first hearing date was October 11th.
Yes, but that was for September's rent.
No, it includes October rent at that point.
Okay.
I know that what the complaint may have said, but your October rent would come due. That's why there was $1,194.
Right. I can making a payment of $900 on Monday for the job.
Okay, so young lady, here's my problem. My problem is why don't you at least have the $1,194, which would be your October rent?
Because I had lost my job, my car broke down. I had to use some of my rent money to get my car fixed. I wasn't able to pay.
No, I hear you, but you see the problem? Because now I'm sitting here at a hearing in November. November's rent is due.
You're right.
That's what the problem is. And then even if I take the benefit of the doubt of what you tell me you can do, right? It doesn't even pay through October. And then I've got November.
Right.
Okay, look. What can you come up with between now and the 15th? You said you had 900.
Yes. That's for October, and I was expecting the people
hold on.
to help me with November's rent.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not worried right now. Let me just say this. I won't worry at this moment about November, but you put in your motion that you were going to get October paid, right?
Yes.
Okay. between, you got 900 right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. To get, is her rent about 1,200? Let's look up.
Yes.
Is that about right?
Let me check.
Because I had 1194 on the judgment, and then it sounded like which
For
was
rent, I mean, the
1,200.
base, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's 1065 for the base, and there's water, trash, gas. So it's 11. Yeah, it's about 1140.
Okay, so about 1,200, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got 1194 because you got court costs in there, you got all that kind of stuff in there.
Correct.
All right, look, young lady, you got a meeting with Hawk on the 18th, right?
Yes.
There's some funding coming in that may be able to cover you for November, even if it went into November, December. So just listen. But what has to be paid is this judgment has to be
Yes.
paid.
So if I pay the judgment on Monday,
Well, how much can you pay on Monday? You
well,
gotta
I'm gonna
tell-
have guaranteed 900 on Monday, but I can ask to borrow the what $200 I'm owed
Well, you need $1,200.
for the judgment.
Well, I need $1,200 by Monday.
Okay.
Can you get that paid?
Yes, I can. Yes,
Can you?
I can try. Yes, I can ask to borrow on Monday.
Oh,
I mean, I can
look,
ask to borrow for Monday. I know I could come up with 1,000, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the other 20.
here's what I'm going to tell you. This is the only way we're going to salvage it. And I shouldn't give you this. And I'm doing this over the objection of plaintiff. Okay. Because it seems to me you found yourself in a spot you don't even know what to do to get yourself out right now. Right.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you a chance to try to get it done.
Okay.
And over the objection of plaintiff, I'm going to adjourn you out 1 week on your motion. To the 15th at 12 p.m. You need to pay the $1,200. I'll make it by the 13th, which is because Monday's a holiday, and I'll give you a day. So that's that Wednesday. If it gets paid to them on the 14th, I'm not talking about it anymore.
Okay.
You need to get it there by the 13th. All right. Then you've got an appointment at least coming up on the 18th with Hawk. And let's see then if we can get your November paid and salvage your tenancy. You follow me?
Yes. Thank you.
And so I'll adjourn the motion out to that date at that time. Get that paid, young lady. If it's not paid, I'm not going to be listening to anything.
Okay. Thank you.
This courtroom moment begins with a confident tenant walking in. It's clearly believing she can talk her way out of a serious eviction judgment. She asks the judge to set aside a prior ruling, claiming she missed her first court date because a leasing office employee told her not to attend after making a partial payment. But the judge immediately starts asking the right questions. He wants to know the current balance, and it turns out the tenant owes over $2,400. With no payments made since October 1st, the judge points out a major problem. Not only is October rent unpaid, but November rent is now due as well. That puts the court in a difficult position, because the tenant's own motion promised October would already be paid, and it wasn't. As the hearing continues, the tenant explains that she lost her job. Her car broke down and she had to use rent money to fix it. She also says she applied for rental assistance through a program called Hawk. However, when the judge checks the details, it becomes clear she does not even have an appointment until the following week. Not immediately. At this point, the judge's patience starts to thin. He explains that while he understands financial hardship, the court can't ignore the facts. The tenant hasn't paid enough to cover October, let alone November. Even the proposed $900 payment wouldn't satisfy the judgment amount, just closer to $1,200, including court costs. As the exchange continues, the tenant's tone becomes sarcastic and dismissive, a move that quickly backfires. The judge firmly warns her to stop and makes it clear that disrespect will not help her case. Then comes the turning point. Despite strong objections from the landlord's attorney, the judge decides to give the tenant one final chance. He acknowledges that she's overwhelmed and clearly struggling, but reminds her that this court is not obligated to help at this stage. Still, the judge offers a lifeline. He adjourns the case for 1 week, giving her until the 13th to pay the full $1,200 judgment. He makes it crystal clear. If that money is paid on time, the court will consider moving forward and possibly allowing rental assistance to cover November. If it's not paid, the judge will not hear another word, and the eviction will proceed. The message is unmistakable. This is not leniency, it's a final opportunity. The judge lays down the rules, warns her that there will be no more excuses, and ends the hearing with a firm instruction: get it paid, or it's over. A powerful reminder that in court, accountability matters, and attitude can make or break your case.